Hey everybody, guess what you got? Screwdriver. And the screwdriver you got is a 6-in-1 screwdriver, a lot like this one. Um, and what that means is that there's 6 different ways that this thing works. It has 6 different bit sizes. What you see here is you see the straight bit. This is a number 2 straight bit, which means it's the bigger of the two. There's actually a number 3 as well. That's even bigger than this. This is on the other end of this. You pull the bit out. There's a number 2 Phillips. You take, it's got a little ball bearing on the side of there, and you slip that in, and you'll hear it click, and that's locked in. And then you can use that to turn your screws. There's also on your screwdriver, when you pull that bit out, there's a socket in there. One end is one size, the other end is another size. The number 2 size is going to be the bigger one, and the number 1 size, which is inside the handle, you pull this shaft out like that, and that's locks into the handle. Bits lock in, but this is for driving like cap head screws, anything that you need, like nut drivers. If you happen to need something to drive a nut or a certain a hex-headed screw, you can use this. But basically, you can see there's a little bit of rust on mine. This one's I didn't get it wiped down as well as I should have, but I mean, overall it's pretty clean. I try to keep my tools lubricated and cleaned up. But if you should happen to you see that little bit of rust on there, what you do is you just take a little bit of sandpaper or emery cloth or steel wool, rub over it, it'll knock that rust off, and then you just go ahead and oil it up, and everything stays good. The other thing you're going to have to pay attention to is that ball bearing on there. If this thing starts to get all rusty and it doesn't work right, you won't be able to get your bits in and out. It doesn't want to work right. Pay attention to your handle. Make sure you don't get any cracks or burrs. If you get like a burr or something, say that you dropped it and it hits something and it gets a burr on it, you don't want that wearing against your skin, or it could cut you. Take a little sandpaper, sand that thing off of there. You know, it's plastic. Most of the time, this one actually has a rubber handle on it. Yours has some rubber on it as well. But you know, if you start to notice a rough spot that's gonna hurt you, go ahead and sand that thing off of there. Get it off of there so it doesn't hurt you. Like anything else, if you get it dirty, you're gonna want to, or after you're done using it, you're gonna want to wipe it down, get the dust, dirt off of it, and then take with a dry rag, and then take your rag with WD-40 and give it a good wipe. Give it a good wipe. Pull the bits out, wipe them all off, wipe it off. You know, shove that back down in there. Don't be afraid to have a little bit extra on there, and when you shove it back in, that gets some lubrication down inside there. Pull the handle out. This one's a little tight. Pull the handle out, lubricate all that, pull the bits out of the other end, and push her back into the handle, and it stays as good as new. This thing will last you a long time if you take good care of it. Now, like I said, this is a straight. Only use that on straight screws. This is a Phillips. Only use that on Phillips head screws. There are other types of bits, the Robertson bits and so forth, that we're going to come in contact with later. But for now, these are the only bits you're going to need to be able to do the projects that we're going to be working on. In addition to your trusty hammer that you'll use to drive your small nails and so forth with. Like always, when you're using one of these, always put your eye protection on, because when you're pushing, okay, and there's 3 ways to use this screwdriver. When you're having to push a little bit to get that thing to start, you put your hand back here on the back, you let that handle rest in the palm of your hand so that you can put more pressure on it with your arms, and you can guide the shaft with your other hand and turn it, or you can reach out here and sort of guide the head of the screw in case the screw is a little bit loose. You can take this and you just turn it a little bit without putting too much pressure on, turn it a little bit to get it started, and then you move your fingers back onto the shaft where you can't, if it slips off, you don't want to catch your fingers and hurt yourself. So guide it with your hand and push with the palm of your hand to get that thing going and bite in good. If you're just turning one in and out, you can grab down here on the middle part of the handle, the meaty part of the handle, and just turn it with your wrist. You know, and you're going to notice if you turn very many screws, you're going to notice here in your forearm that it's going to get tired, it's going to get sore. So take your time, drive a few screws, or drive 1 or 2 or 3 screws, and you get tired, take a break. You know, there's no shame in taking your time, and the longer you do it, the more screws you'll be able to drive without taking a break. Trust me, everybody has to take a break. Even if you do it all day, every day, all day, you have to take breaks. Everybody gets tired. So guide that with your hand. Go ahead. That way, see, I can let go and I don't drop my screwdriver. You know, and then if you need finer control, you can actually get down here and you can turn it with your fingers, because you'll see that it's dished out just a little bit right there. You can put your fingers and you can turn it with your fingers, and just nice and easy to get something started if you need to, or when you need finer control. But good luck with your new screwdriver, man. I know you're going to be getting a lot of use out of it. If you have any questions, by all means, always feel free to ask. We're happy to let you answer any questions you might have, and you know, it might prompt another video. So enjoy your new screwdriver. I hope you enjoy all your tools, and happy enjoy your screwdriver.